I could tell you that the difference is I have the advantage of practicing medicine. So I'm seeing and examining patients, and I'm having these patients brought forward. So in the setting of the vaccine, the children take the vaccine, they get really sick with chest pain and signs and symptoms of heart failure. They go into emergency rooms and then they're hospitalized, and then they have all the findings that I've described. With COVID-19, the illness, the vast majority of the children are never examined by anybody. They actually don't come forward for anything because it's so mild. So
Mm.
the vast majority of COVID-19 stays in the home. The child would never come into any type of framework to be examined. So what's happening is in the severe cases of COVID-19 where people are hospitalized, and there's relatively few children that are hospitalized, far more adults, there is literature generated in the adults. If someone with COVID-19 serious enough to be in the ICU, there's about a 50% chance that the cardiac troponin, the blood test for heart injury, will be elevated above the upper limit of normal. But these are very small elevations in troponin. They don't have any of the other characteristic features of myocarditis. They don't have dramatic EKG changes. They don't have early signs and symptoms of heart failure. And in fact, the Chinese were reporting this very early on in the pandemic. And we see troponin elevations, by the way, with pneumococcal pneumonia, with staphylococcal sepsis. It's basically ICU stress, and a troponin elevation is what's being described in COVID-19, the respiratory illness, as opposed to form-fruste clinical myocarditis in children. They're two completely different syndromes. They can't be construed with one another at all, and they have a different detection base, right? So everybody in the ICU is going to have a troponin checked as well as a CBC and other labs. The children at home, they are developing pretty severe symptoms where the parents finally pull the trigger and bring their child into the ER. So the discovery bias, so we can't say it's rare and we can't say it's mild.